In this video, we're going to derive the range equation. And the range equation is an equation where if you know the initial velocity and the launch angle of a projectile, it will allow you to calculate the range. So how far does it travel horizontally? Now, there are some assumptions we make in order to use this equation. This equation cannot always be used, so you have to be very careful with this equation. So the assumptions you have to make in order to use this equation is that there is no air resistance, and that the only force acting on the object is the force of gravity. So therefore, the acceleration is going to be g, and if we make up positive, then it will be negative g for the acceleration. Also, really important assumption we're making is that there's no vertical displacement. So it's going to go up and it's going to come back down to the same level. If it lands somewhere higher or somewhere lower, then this equation will not work. So we're going to start with the horizontal motion. So for projectile motion, object and projectile motion, horizontally there's no acceleration, and so we're dealing with constant velocity. So the constant velocity for object moving horizontally is delta x equals vx t. Vx is the horizontal velocity. Now, since we're looking for an equation with the initial velocity, I'm going to substitute this with vi, v initial, on the x-axis. And so because it's going at constant velocity, the initial velocity will be vix. The final velocity will be the same, but we're looking for an equation with the initial velocity, so I'm going to go ahead and use vi. Next, we're going to look at the vertical motion of a projectile object in projectile motion. So I'm going to use delta y equals vit plus 1 over 2 at squared. I'm going to move because delta y is 0, this is going to be 0, I can move the vit to the left. That'll make it negative. It's equal to 1 over 2. And because the acceleration up is positive, so it's going to be a negative g. G times t squared. Okay, so now I'm going to solve for t. One of the t's is going to cancel out. One of the t's will cancel out. So that leaves me with t is equal to 2 vi, and this is going to be viy. I'm going to put y here, viy divided by g. And the negative, you'll notice the negative does cancel out. Now we want to try to be able to connect this vix and this viy. And so we're going to do a little trig here. So this ball is kicked at an angle, and the velocity is made up of two components, the horizontal and the vertical. The horizontal, vix, I'm going to set that equal to vi cosine theta because it's on the adjacent side of the angle, and viy will be equal to vi sine theta because it's on the side opposite theta, opposite the angle. So I can do a substitution here. I can say that this is going to become 2 viy from right here is going to be vi sine theta divided by g. Okay, so now I'm going to connect these two together, and if I connect this equation and this equation, then I get delta x is equal to, now vix is, I can rewrite it as vi cosine theta. So vi cosine theta, and t is this up here, which is 2 vi sine theta divided by g. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite this a little bit. So we have delta x is equal to, I'm going to combine the vi's, so there's two vi's, vi squared times 2, and then in here there is a sine theta and a cosine, so cosine theta all over g. Okay. And so we're looking for this delta x. We can also call delta x r for range. Sometimes we'll see it written as r for range. And then so we end up with vi squared. Now this is a trig identity here. 2 sine theta cosine theta is equal to sine 2 theta. So that's just sine 2 theta divided by, and then we have divided by g. Okay, so this is your range equation, and now we're going to use this to figure out what would the maximum range be, right? So now that we have this range equation, what would the maximum range be? So you notice that the range equation that there is this sine 2 theta. And if we were to graph this, we can see that the maximum is going to be at 45 degrees. So our first thing we notice here that is that the maximum range is at 45 degrees. And we got that just from graphing this part right here. By graphing the sine 2 theta, we see that maximum range is 45 degrees. So assuming there's no air resistance, no other forces, if you want it to go the furthest, you want to kick a ball the furthest or throw a ball the furthest, then you want to throw it at a 45-degree angle. Now, are there any two angles that have the same range? And if you look at the graph, you'll notice that there is. So there's a lot of them, right? So over here and over here and over here and over here. And these all angles will all give you the same range. And so what you notice about these angles is that the angles add up to 90. All right, so angles that add up to 90. So that the angles that add to 90 have the same range. And some examples of that would be 20 degrees and 70 degrees. They would have the same range. And also 30 degrees and 60 degrees will have the same range. So what happens is you have one that's a smaller angle and one that's a bigger angle, goes higher up, but they land and they have the same range.